Alright guys, Mikey here from Mikey's Iron Rage. And guys, I got a hell of a video comparison yet again for you today. And we're going to do it on the Stingray Shawn Ray at the 1994 Mr. Olympia, where he placed second to Dorian the Shadow Yates. And I mean, he looked unbelievable doing it. Then we got him going up against Flexatron Shawn Rhoden at the 2018 Mr. Olympia, which he won the whole competition and looked really good doing it as well. Even though his arms were a little down and he was a little flat in my opinion, he did look really good. But 1994 Shawn Ray, wow, what a package he brought. He might only be 5'6" tall, 212 to 215 pounds, but boy, oh boy, structurally is he on fire. He was just on at this competition. Shawn Rhoden, he looked great as well. Like I said, he was a little flat. He could have been a little fuller in my opinion, but nonetheless, what a fucking great performance he put on. And he won the whole show, obviously, in 2018, and I agree with him winning that year. Rolly Winkler looked really good and placed second, but I agree with Shawn Rhoden winning that Olympia. But then 2019, he didn't compete because supposedly he raped a fellow bodybuilding competitor, which was total bullshit, and ruined his whole career because I think now he's like 47 years old, something like that. So he's not getting any younger, and I doubt he'll ever compete ever again. So guys, let's just jump right into this one because it's going to be a good one and probably a close one to say the least because it's over a 20-year difference between the two competitions. And so guys, without any further ado, let's get it on. And we got the first pose of the night, the front double bicep, guys, and I couldn't get a front relaxed on Shawn Ray and Shawn Rhoden, a conventional front relaxed on Shawn Ray or Shawn Rhoden. So we're going to have to go over what we got. And we're going to start off with the front double bicep. And I'm going to give Shawn Ray the first point because like I said earlier on in the video, Shawn Rhoden's arms were down in 2018. He looks like a fucking chicken wing. And this was the night show. He looked better at the night show than he did in prejudging. So all in all, I'm going to give Shawn Ray the first point because Shawn Ray's arms are a lot bigger. Look at how much bigger his biceps and triceps are. Plus the silhouette looks better and he's holding a vacuum. So all in all, Shawn Ray is going to grab the first point for the front double bicep. All right, guys, off to the next pose. And we got the front lat spread. And this one's going to go to Shawn Rhoden. But you see what I'm saying? Look at how much fuller Shawn Ray is compared to Shawn Rhoden. Shawn Rhoden, yeah, his quads are nice and full, but his upper body is very flat. But he is very wide. His lats are flaring out a lot wider than Shawn Ray's lats are. His midsection's somewhat in check. His quads are a lot bigger. His chest might be a little bit smaller. Shoulders and arms might be a little bit smaller, but he does look a little bit better, so Shawn Rhoden's going to get the point for the front lat spread. All right, guys, now we got an ab and thigh, and this was a really tough one. But Shawn Rhoden in 2018, his ab and thigh looked a little weird. Look at the right part of Shawn's stomach. It's like bulging out a little bit. His ab and thigh doesn't look really streamlined. He doesn't really look that great holding the pose. His quads look pretty good, but I'm going to go with Shawn. Shawn's midsection is tighter. The silhouette looks better. He's tilting his body to the right, making him look very aesthetic. So Shawn Ray is going to grab the point for the ab and thigh. All right, guys, now we got a side chest shot, and this one's going to go to Shawn Rhoden. Shawn Rhoden had a great side chest pose, and you want to know why? Besides the fact that his chest is sticking out, is the arms and shoulders look huge. But meanwhile, when he throws up a front double bicep or a rear double bicep, his arms look tiny. But in the side chest pose, his arms look huge. Don't get me wrong, Shawn Ray looks really good. His chest is popping, nice striations to the chest. The arms look great, but I just think Shawn Rhoden is a little bit better, so Shawn's going to grab the point. All right, guys, now we got a side tricep, and this is the only side tricep pose that I could get for you guys because Shawn Ray didn't hold a conventional side tricep in 1994, so we're going to have to go with what we got again. This could be a side chest shot as well, but I'm going to go with Shawn Ray, sorry. Shawn Ray and Shawn Rhoden, the names, I get confused. Shawn Rhoden looks better, in my opinion. Shawn Ray looks better, in my opinion, so Shawn Ray is going to get the point. See, guys, I'm getting all confused with the names. All right, now we got got a hands clasp most muscular and a hands on the hip most muscular. It's basically most muscular pose because I got 4 pictures for you guys. And I'm going to go with Shawn Ray. When Shawn Ray hits any most muscular pose, whether it's a crab most muscular or a hands on the hip most muscular or a hands clasp most muscular, he looks like he's 25 pounds heavier. So Shawn Ray is going to get the point for the most muscular. I mean, Shawn Rhoden looks like a fucking chicken wing. Look at how small his arms, shoulders, and forearms are. But I digress. All right, guys, now we got a Christmas tree. And this one's going to go to Shawn Rhoden. Shawn Rhoden had an amazing Christmas tree in 2018 because Shawn Ray looks like he's holding a little bit of water in the lower back department. Hams and glutes are diced. His calves are nice and big, and they're diced. And his Christmas tree don't look too bad. But Shawn Rhoden's upper back looks better. His Christmas tree goes up his back a little bit more. And his hams and glutes are way more diced than Shawn Ray's hams and glutes. So Shawn Rhoden's going to take the point there. All right, guys, off to the next pose, and we got the rear lat spread, and I think I'm going to go with Shawn Rhoden. See, I'm getting confused with the names again, guys. But I'm going to go with Shawn Rhoden because Shawn Rhoden is wider. His lower back is popping a little bit more. His traps are popping a little bit more, and his hams and glutes are fucking alien-esque. Look at how diced his glutes are. I mean, that is just crazy, and his calves look great, so Shawn Rhoden is going to get the point. All right, guys, now we got the last pose of the night, the rear double bicep. And I say it all the time. If Shawn Rhoden had a better lower back with those hams and glutes and those big calves, and his shoulders and arms don't look too bad in this pose, I would go with Shawn Rhoden all day long in the rear double bicep because his traps and his upper back look great. The lat insertions look unbelievable. But Shawn Rhoden, again, I'm doing it again. Shawn Ray had one of the best rear double bicep poses at his time in 1994. He's not that wide, and his V-taper could be better, but the rear double bicep is just unbelievable. Hams and glutes on point. So Shawn Ray is going to get the last point for the rear double bicep. I just think he looks a little bit better, has a little more detail, but if Shawn Rhoden had a better lower back, I'd go with Shawn Rhoden. All right, guys, so let's tally them up. I had 9 poses for you guys, and it went Shawn Ray with 9 and Shawn Rhoden with 4. 5-4 Shawn Ray. And I tell you, it was a close one, guys, but I think Shawn Ray was a little bit better. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Mikey's Iron Rage. Peace out, guys.